The license plate says it all. Jeff Carlisi of 38 Special with this pristine Series 1 Jaguar. The interior absolutely stunning in the proper red leather. Look at that beautiful alloy and wood steering wheel, and then the legendary engine, Malcolm Sayers' beauty. The earliest versions were called covered headlight versions, and it's self-evident as to why. They also have some of the smoothest body lines around. Look at the way the doors curve in like a fuselage, and then the thin taillights over the beautiful thin half bumpers.
This car has been in the family since 1962. My dad, who's my hero and my best friend, was a fighter pilot in the Navy, a naval aviator. Always loved fast airplanes, performance airplanes, and got me interested into cars and racing and what have you. And you have to understand, I mean, this is a $5,000 car, and the house that we lived in was $18,000. You know, so, honey, I want to buy this car. Anyway, Mom is great, and she says, hey, you know, you won't be happy until you get it, and you deserve it. So, next thing you know, he puts the car on a boat and flies into Imeson Airport, the old airport in Jacksonville, lands one of his P-51s, comes out, Dad gives him a check, they shake hands, and all of a sudden the car comes around the corner. They drove it from the Talleyrand docks, and I remember Dad driving home in the car. And then throughout the 60s, the fondest memories I have were my dad and I going to the races, Sebring, the Daytona 24-hour race, the Golden Crown Prix up here in Fernandina Beach at the airport, and what I call the glory days of sports car racing. And excuse me, I think about what this car lived through, and I remember first thing that comes to mind is 1965 at Sebring when the rains came. It was just this deluge when Jim Hall won in the Chaparral, and we're there taking shelter in this car. Just pouring rain, the tracks flooded, cars were going off. And when I got out of college and started the band, in '81 we started selling some records, and we had our first hit song, so I wanted a car or something. I wanted a sports car, and I was thinking this, that. A friend of mine worked at a Ferrari dealership. I was looking at all kinds of things. And then it just made perfect sense to me. I need to restore this car, because this car is I mean, not only I loved it for aesthetic reasons and performance reasons, but the memories and the sentimental value to me.
I got to ask you the question, though, with such amazingly deep memories, why decide to sell it?
Very simple. 4 years ago, my wife and I moved down to the Gulf Coast in Destin, Florida, and we live right on the ocean, and I know from experience what would happen to this car there. It would just eat it alive. And when we lived in Atlanta, I had a climate control garage. People said, well, you can have that down there. I said, as soon as you go out on the road, the salt, the sand, and whatever. So it, as George Harrison says, all things must pass, and it was time, out of fairness to the car, to hopefully let it go to a new home that they're going to appreciate it and cherish it as much as we did.
1955 Porsche 550 Spyder, one of Jerry Seinfeld's car, but it was purchased by a young man named Lou Hilton off of a used car lot, if you believe that, somewhere on the East Coast. And he owned the car subsequently for a number of decades, and it really became known as Lou Hilton's Spyder. And the car is as original a specification 550 as Gooding & Company knows of. These cars were were the kind of the final iteration of the 917. They were built for the Can-Am series, and it's effectively a 917 with 2 turbochargers and different bodywork. They were absolute world beaters. This particular example is chassis number 6. It was not raced in period. It was sold to Porsche's Australian importer, a guy named Alan Hamilton, and was on display at his facility for a number of years before being purchased by Porsche again and put into the Mark Donohue Sunoco Penske livery that we have it in today. Well, this particular car is a short wheelbase California Spider, one of 37 in this configuration with covered headlights. These have become incredibly sought after as collector pieces, and when they were new, they were incredibly sought after as status symbols and driving machines. They are the ultimate specification for an open Ferrari from this era, in most people's opinion.
Covered headlights, no bumpers, Baranis, beautiful alloy vents, black leather interior. That's ticking all the boxes for a classic Ferrari of this era.
It really, the presentation itself is absolutely remarkable, and we're in love with the fact that the car has a certain level of patina and it's never been completely restored, which is, in this day and age, becoming more and more unusual with a Ferrari at this level. It's a car that's obviously been well loved.